Say it with me. It's Friday. Happy Friday to you, travelers. Hope you had a great Thursday, but I am going to do my best to make sure your Friday is even better. I am not even going to spin the wheel of destiny. I'm landing on even better. I've made an executive decision. Hey, coming up on today's show, we have a news update from a story we covered, seems like for a couple of weeks, but I think it has finally found its ending. Also, package delivery back in my life. We'll discuss that. And it's always good to be close with your dad, no matter how old you are. All that and more on today's show. Today is Friday. It is March the 20th, year of our Lord 2026, and it is indeed a day worth celebrating. It is Alien Abduction Day. I don't know that I would celebrate that, but hey, if they make it here, they are obviously smarter than us. Why don't they just stay and see if they can fix some of the messes we created? I'd be down with that. Bibliomania Day. It's Crawfish Cravers Awareness Day. I am not one of those. French Language Day. Great American Meat Out. Also known as a day without meat. No thanks. Hufflepuff Pride Day, whatever. International Astrology Day. It's International Day of Happiness. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. International Earth Day. It is National Bach Beer Day. Okay. National Jump Out Day. National Kiss Your Fiance Day. Well, I do not have one, so I will not participate because I'm not going to kiss someone else's fiance. National Preschool Teachers Appreciation Day. It's National Ravioli Day. My goodness, what a day we have. National Red Nose Day in the UK. It is the first day of spring. I took a picture of the sunset yesterday and said, goodbye, winter. Snowman burning. All right, it's World Day of Theater for children and young people. It's Proposal Day. If you've been thinking about it today, go ahead, get down on your knee. Won't You Be My Neighbor Day? It's World Frog Day, World Sparrow Day, and it is World Storytelling Day. There's more that I didn't get to, but we have to move on. Today in history, in 1854, the Republican Party is formally organized in Ripon, Wisconsin. 1900, U.S. Secretary of State John Hay announces that all nations to whom he sent notes calling for an open-door policy in China have essentially accepted his stance. 2024, new ruling limited tailpipe pollution aimed at greatly expanding electric vehicles in the U.S. is announced by Joe Biden. Also the same day, Von Gething is confirmed as Wales' new First Minister and is the first black leader of a national government in Europe. No time for sports, reasons to celebrate. It's time now for today's official dad joke of the day. If you are not a dad, do not try this at home. We are professionals. How do bees stay protected in the rain? They use their yellow jackets. Time to check in with our bozos. Bozo criminal for today comes from Granite Shoals, Texas, where the police department has a rather strange sense of humor. The cops there took to their Facebook page and posted a tongue-in-cheek warning that local supplies of methamphetamine and heroin were contaminated with the Ebola virus. They thought better of the post and in a follow-up said it was meant to be humorous, but at least one bozo failed to get the joke. Shortly after the posting, bozo Chastity Martin contacted the cops and asked if they could please test her meth for Ebola. The cops were glad to do just that. The meth tested negative for Ebola, by the way. Chastity, however, tested positive for being a bozo and was placed under arrest. Yup, she brought her meth to the police station. You know, I don't even know what to say other than, what an idiot. Folks, let me take just a minute to tell you about my friend Donovan over at Stormwind Knife Supply. Donovan is a first responder with 15 years in law enforcement and over 20 years of knife making experience. he knows his way around the blade. If you've ever wanted to try your hand at the craft, Donovan has beginner-level knife blanks starting at just $30. $30! These are the perfect project to start with. You pick your blank, grab some of his exotic handle materials like ram horn or maybe even camel bone, and build it right at your workbench or even your kitchen table. Now, if you want a custom look but aren't ready to do it yourself, message them on Etsy to ask about build service for those beginner blanks, including laser personalization. It's the ultimate way to create a one-of-a-kind gift with a name or date etched right into the steel. And for the serious collectors, ask him about his premier $1,000 plus custom builds. Whether you're in Ohio, Alabama, or even in the Smoky Mountains, search Stormwind Knife Supply on Etsy. Use code TRAVSHOW for 25% off your materials. That's all one word. That's Stormwind Knife Supply on Etsy, code TRAVSHOW. Build a gift or build a legacy. Time now for national sports. March Madness kicked off yesterday. Number 1 Duke took out Siena 71-65. High Point defeats Wisconsin 83-82. High Point was a 10.5-point underdog in that one. Vanderbilt advances 78-68 win over McNeese State. Louisville eliminates South Florida 83-79. In the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets win over the Magic 130-111. Pistons over the Wizards 117-95. Pelicans clip the Clippers 105-99. Cavs over the Bulls 115-110. And the Lakers defeat the Heat 134-126. On the ice, the Blue Jackets get a big win over the New York Rangers 6-3. Red Wings over the Canadiens 3-1. Islanders fall to the Senators 3-2. Bruins win big over the Jets 6-1. Let's see, Blackhawks over the Wild 2-1. And in Nashville, the Predators defeat the Kraken 3-1. The Preds now 31-28-9. Yeah, go Preds. On today's schedule in college basketball, Alabama takes on Hofstra, Tennessee State and Iowa State mix it up, and Kentucky faces Santa Clara. I'm going with the upset in that one in my bracket. I'm just saying Kentucky hasn't looked that impressive all season. In the NBA, Nets and Knicks, the Warriors will take on the Pistons. Hawks head to Houston to face the Rockets. NHL, Devils at the Capitals, and the Panthers visit the Flames. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk. You know, we've talked about package deliveries over the past several weeks, and the saga continued. Yesterday, it was a package delivery roller coaster. I received an email earlier yesterday from the big brown truck saying, hey, your items will be delivered today between, I think it was 10 and 4. And I thought, okay, good. Been waiting a week. Then I received an email later in the day. Your package will be delivered between 1 and 4:15. And I thought, okay, now I've got a smaller window. Kind of know when they're coming. Then I got an email saying your package will be delivered between 12 and 4 tomorrow. And I says to myself, Self, what happened? They were out for delivery in the big brown truck. And now they're not. So I click on track. And it had just arrived at the facility, which was like 2 hours away from me. And so I said, I told the wife, it's not coming. So then I'm out with my neighbor, helping him with a little project he had. And I see the big brown truck go down my road and past my house. So my hopes got up, my hopes got down. So I told him, it's like, I thought it was coming to my house. So anyway, I keep working with him. My phone goes off. I look. It's a notification from the big brown truck. Your package has been delivered. What a ride, y'all. It's study hall time, where I take a moment out of the day to educate you on the things of this world so you too can be a cultured son of a gun just like me. Have you ever wondered why the Hershey Kiss is called the Hershey Kiss? Well, friend, wonder no more. Hershey's Kisses are named after the kissing sound the deposited chocolate makes as it falls from the machine on the conveyor belt. Imagine hearing that all day, every day. That would get annoying, but worth it if you are the taste tester. I wonder if, I'm sure they really have a taste tester there at the Hershey factory. So there you have it. Stop by the old store today, grab you a bag of Hershey Kisses, and impress your spouse when you make it home today. Did you know how kisses are made? Yes, I do. News or nonsense? I'm sure this is nothing to worry about. Scientists are baffled over mysterious dots captured by the James Webb Space Telescope, with some suggesting they could be giant stars from the origins of the universe. Sure, that's what they want you to think. This is the first time in my career I have studied an object where we truly do not understand why it looks the way it does. Jenny Green, a professor of astrophysical sciences at Princeton University, told CNN, "I think it's fair to call them a mystery. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, it just looks like giant brake lights on some kind of spaceship. It's fine." The spacely speckles first started showing up on data recorded by the James Webb Space Telescope when it began scanning the cosmos 4 years ago. Why are they just now telling us? Scientists observed that the dots were ubiquitous in the early universe within the first 2 billion years following the Big Bang. You know what? I'm just going to stop right here. I talk about this quite often. How do they know this stuff? You know, they say, oh, we've discovered a planet that's 36 billion light years away, and it's got a hard surface. What? Look, I'm not disparaging you if you are in the scientific community. However, I have a hard time hanging on to, oh, these are obviously remnants of stars from the creation of the universe, or excuse me, the Big Bang of the universe. How do you know this? These are the same people who can't decide if Pluto is a planet or not, and now they are telling us what these mysterious red lights are. And look, maybe they're right. I don't know. Maybe they're right. Just with the way my mind works, some stuff just doesn't add up. Is it just me, or do you hear some of these things? To me, it's like the people who look for Bigfoot, and they will find a stick laying in the trail, and they'll be like, obviously this was left behind by a juvenile Bigfoot, Sasquatch, traveling with its family on the way to the lake. It's birthday time from Travland. Happy birthday to Megan Bennett. That's the only one we have here for the Trav Show. So we move on. Actor Hal Linden is 95. Guitarist Jimmy Vaughn from the Fabulous Thunderbirds is 75 today. Vanessa Bell Calloway turned 69. Director Spike Lee is also 69 years old today. Holly Hunter is 68. Let's see. Any other names jump out? Not really. Oh, Kathy Ireland turned 63 today. Guitarist Adrian Oxel of James is 61. Jessica Lundy from Party of Five, Hope and Gloria turned 60 today. And who else? Guitarist Nick Wheeler of All American Rejects is 44. Christy Carlson Romano from Kim Possible is 42, and Barrett Doss is 37. Happy birthday to all of those people. It's your birthday? Well, happy birthday to you too.
With today's Not News, I'm Not Trav. 5-year-old Liam Montgomery held a press conference for friends and family this week in which he announced he would be switching from his obsessive interest in backhoes to an obsessive interest in dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs, Montgomery said by way of explanation. They go roar. His family was reportedly shocked by the announcement. What happened to my little boy? His mother lamented as she cried into her husband's jacket. Montgomery's father admitted to feeling disappointed by the news. I just bought him a new Tonka backhoe, he said. Do you know how much those things cost? Montgomery took several questions from the press following the conference in which he indicated he still likes backhoes and would consider having them fight dinosaur toys. According to experts, children routinely change their interest, and a sudden change is nothing to worry about, especially at such a young age. Dinosaurs are also really cool, said Dr. Walt Greenwich. They go roar. With today's Not News, I'm Not Trav.
Hey everybody, it's Trav. Listen, there's nothing like peace of mind, and you can have peace of mind that your family will be taken care of in the event of a natural disaster or some unforeseen disruption. You can do that by visiting Prep Starts Now. Empower your family with confidence through simple tools and expert guidance. Conquer uncertainty one step at a time. Use promo code TRAVSHOW at checkout. Save 15% off any and all products. That's PrepStartsNow.com. News or nonsense. You know, sometimes it's just not your day. Case in point, a small plane with 7 people on board crashed. That's a bad day. If you are on a small plane with 6 of your friends and you crash, that's a bad day. But wait, there's more. A small plane with several people on board crashed into crocodile-infested waters in Western Australia, leaving one passenger injured as authorities investigate the cause, according to reports. That's right. They crashed into crocodile-infested waters. Just my luck. The Cessna 441 Conquest twin-engine turboprop went down off the coast of Broome in Roebuck Bay when it reported losing engine power shortly after taking off from the Broome Airport around 11:25 yesterday, according to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, or ABC. The aircraft, carrying 2 pilots and 5 passengers, was flying low over the horizon at an angle before suddenly disappearing, a witness said. I saw it flying and then dipping quite low, and then I just assumed it had passed over the horizon. Oh, this is one of those people that believes the earth is round. It disappeared over the horizon. I'm joking. I'm not a flat earther. It looked like it was doing a sort of turn on an angle and was just dipping quite low. That according to the witness. Police said one person sustained minor head injuries in the crash, which prompted authorities and marine rescue teams to rush to the scene. Hey, you know what? I'm sure they mean that when the plane crashed, it prompted authorities to rush to the scene. But the way it's written, it sounds like, well, because someone was hurt, they rushed to the scene. If I am in a plane crash, let me tell you something, people who are first responders in the Trav land. If I am in a plane crash, don't wait till you hear about me being injured before you come to get me. Come get me, especially if I'm in crocodile-infested waters. Now, I know really it seems like they were unlucky. They crashed a plane, they're in crocodile-infested waters, but 6 out of 7 of them walked away unharmed, and the other one only had minor injuries. So I guess really, they're lucky. It's time to grab that shopping cart and peruse the virtual aisles of Facebook Marketplace, better known as the online flea market. Today, we head to Powder Springs, Georgia. Did Georgia sweep the week? Maybe. I can't remember. Noah Knott has this item for us. He's got a 4.5-star rating on Marketplace. Joined Facebook back in 2011. And you know, spring, well, today is officially the first day of spring. So it's time to start working in the yard. You know, lawn maintenance, sprucing things up, cleaning up from the winter and making things look good. Some people do that with yard art. You know, they may have a statue, a water feature, maybe a glass feature of some sort. But ladies and gentlemen, what I have for you today will definitely make your yard stand out to the point where it will make people want to come in and visit and just be. He has a Dollar General 12-foot long sign and about 5 foot tall. Oh, he has two separate Dollar General faces, 10-foot long and 3 foot tall, but he's got the big one here. You too could have a Dollar General sign in your yard. Now, I can't promise you that you would have the only Dollar General sign in your neighborhood because, as we all know, Dollar Generals sprout out like weeds overnight, so there may be 6 in just on your street. But you could be one of the cool kids. Seriously though, who's going to buy this? Obviously not Dollar General. What would you do with this? You have to put it on the side of your home just to make the neighbors mad, right? But if you would like it could be yours today. News or nonsense update. Y'all, I was so happy to find this story. This fits this show on so many levels. From KTLA, they were live on scene, doing a report about a bear attack. And while the reporter is there, here comes the bear around the house. The bear in the shot was suspected of attacking a woman and her dog in Monrovia, California over the weekend. And it is apparently the same bear that lived under the man's home that tried to get the state to do something and they wouldn't. Remember, we talked about this for days. This is the same bear. It has now been euthanized as it was, in fact, the attack bear. Y'all, she's talking about this bear attack, and the bear comes out, and it's the same bear this is a legendary bear, and they had to take Yogi down. Ladies and gentlemen, never forget that bears want to kill you. I don't know how many videos I've seen and actually witnessed firsthand people in the Smoky Mountains getting way too close to a bear because Disney has convinced fools that, oh, they're just like us. Now, this was, according to DNA collected by the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the same bear that attacked another resident last June. Looking at the pictures, it is the same bear that was living under that guy's house. This thing is huge. So when CDFW tracked down this mama bear, they euthanized it. Her cubs, however, are going to be introduced to the wild, which will be quite different than living under that house. A statement from the city manager. We don't need to hear from another politician. But the city manager does say, we lobbied for the bear and her cubs to be released into the wild. No, not one that's attacked a woman. I understand that's what bears do. But this bear has gotten used to living in the neighborhood under the house of that one guy. So it's not like that bear's going to stay where they turn it loose. Oh, well, we're going to take it 3 miles away. That's not going to matter. That bear would find its way back before you made it home that day. So, sad ending, but necessary ending. But hey, the Cubs have a shot. Maybe this is finally the last story we have about this bear. Time now to tell you what I am looking forward to. Yesterday, I found myself in the family room with the entire family. My daughter and my son were there with my wife and I. and they were discussing things. And my daughter, one of her classes is a nursing class, and she's been working at a local nursing home. And she said, I'm actually thinking about applying there. She's like, I've really enjoyed it. So, we had a discussion about the logistics and things like that. But just to see, hey man, she's growing up and she's got such a future ahead of her. She's so good at so many things. And then my son, he had junior orientation yesterday, picking his classes and schedule and all that for his junior year of high school. And he found out he is on track to possibly graduate early. And I thought, man, what a great guy. He's worked hard. I mean, we had a tough spot there, but he powered through, and now he's worked his way to where he's in this position that he could potentially graduate high school early and move on with his life into his next step. So I am looking forward to seeing what these two fantastic kids do in the next few years. And no matter what it is, I'm just going to sit back and be a happy dad. Is it time to freshen up that wardrobe? Boy, do I have the place for you. OldGlory.com. Old Glory offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save with my exclusive discount, TRAVSHOW, all one word. Save 15% at checkout when you visit OldGlory.com. Again, promo code TRAVSHOW.
Crazy.
It's time for the crazy news story of the day. Today we head to Alabama. A sign behind the bar at Wenzel's Oyster House in Mobile, Alabama, has been a staple in the restaurant's decor since the 1930s. But as far as the restaurant knows, no one has actually ever cashed in on the offer until now. The sign reads, "Free oysters to any man 80 years old accompanied by his father." Last month, 99-year-old James Rush accompanied his son Jimmy to Wenzel's to celebrate his 80th birthday, a celebration that the family had been jokingly planning for decades. Jimmy's younger brother Carl told Fox 10, "We felt like our dad was going to make it to 100 because he's in great health. We've been talking about it as a family for 25 or 30 years. The birthday party became a big family affair after so many years of planning it, with around 60 people showing up at the restaurant to see Jimmy take advantage of the unusual promotion." Jimmy told Fox 10, "Never thought about any birthdays except my 80th. That's the one I was looking forward to because of that sign." Now, the restaurant was true to its promise, even if it was just a joke, and served Jimmy a dozen oysters on the house to celebrate the occasion. Look, if he brought 60 people with him, I'm sure they were fine giving him 12 free oysters for his birthday. Look at the revenue he brought in. They would probably give him 12 free if he brought 60 people every day. He said, "We will be back to do this all over again in October of 2028 when I turn 80. My dad says he's going to make it, so that's good enough for me." And look, seeing how good these guys look for their age, I wouldn't be shocked. It's, I would not think that the dad was 99, and definitely wouldn't think that the son was 80 and that this other son is 70, he would be 78. They don't look like it at all. So maybe seafood helps you live longer and look better. I don't know. If it's oysters, I'm just going to die early and look terrible. Ugh. News or nonsense? Let me just go ahead and throw this out there. I have no idea how this guy got where he is or where he was, okay? I don't know what happened. We can speculate later. But the bottom line, again from KTLA, firefighters had to rescue a man who fell into a hole on a construction site in Pomona, California. By the way, he's a 500-pound man. Fell into this hole. I don't even know what to say looking at the scene. It occurred Wednesday afternoon, and the 40-year-old man had fallen approximately 15 feet down into this mysterious construction hole. I don't know what it was. He appeared to be fine, but he was transported to a local hospital for treatment. Man, what's happening to California? You know, I don't know if he was out wandering around and fell into this already existing hole, or if he was out walking around and stepped onto a sinkhole. You know, maybe the top layer was a little thin and 500 pounds was just a little too much. Now, I do know he was not a construction worker, so he had really no reason to be there. But, you know, kudos to firefighters and rescue and all the first responders. You never see a story where, like, someone gets into a situation like this and they were like, well, there's really nothing we could do. That's just the life he lives now in this 15-foot hole. Someone's going to feed him every day. Like, that doesn't happen. They find a way to get you out. And I'll go ahead and say, looking at the video and the photo, doesn't look like it was pain-free way of getting him out, but hey, he got out. Looks like they've got straps wrapped around his wrists and pulled him out. What you think, well, that's fine. And then you remember, hey, that's 500 pounds pulling on that those shoulder joints and elbows. Whew. I bet you he stays away from there. But apparently, you know, I watched 600 Pound Life. And at least this guy, he's 500 pounds, but at least he was out moving. He may not anymore, but he was. It's time for some good news. Struck 2,100 years ago on the coast of Spain by mariners from the Fertile Crescent, a coin bizarrely made its way to the English city of Leeds, where someone successfully attempted to use it as bus fare. I've got this coin that's over 2,000 years old, but I need a ride. I'm going to change it. It's an incredible, incredible story. And the reason it's the good news story of the day today is, to me, it reminds us how history, even ancient history, can still be found all around us, popping up when we least expect it. You know, this story was shared by Leeds Museum and Galleries after they received the coin as a donation from a local. First came into the hands of James Edwards, former chief cashier with Leeds City Transport, who gathered fares from bus and tram drivers and counted them at the end of each day. Boy, you know that's an exciting job. Part of his job involved plucking out any ineligible fake or foreign coins used by dishonest commuters, which Edwards would then take home to as gifts to his young grandson, Peter, who kept the precious mementos in a small wooden chest for more than 70 years. My grandfather would come across coins which were not British, put them to one side, and when I went to his house, he would hand me a few. So Peter is the one who has it, or who had it, and realized, wait a minute, this is not just a coin. Just, you know, some random coin. 2,100 years ago. I mean, we're talking BC times. And someone used it as a bus fare. You know, it's amazing. I watch Antique Roadshow, like even old episodes. I know, I'm a nerd. It's fine. But some of the things that people find in like thrift stores and at yard sales, you just wonder, how in the world did that make it there? But again, history is all around us, and that is good news. And that's going to do it for the old Travinator for the day and for the week. Hey, you guys have a great, great weekend. Go out and enjoy some time with friends and family if you can. And meet me right back here on Monday morning, same bat time, same bat channel.